What's up, smarty people? It's KeysDAN with RadioWhat.com, DJLittleRock.com, coming to you live and in living color from the Radio What studios. And this is my podcast, What Makes You Smarter? It's an extension of the RadioWhat.com internet radio station that I've been running for quite some time. And if you need DJ services, where do I always send you? DJLittleRock.com. One more time, DJLittleRock.com. Check availability and get a free price quote, and maybe you can have me at your next event. You know I like to party with the people. The people need to be entertained. Are you not entertained? Also, if you'd like to tell your story or hear the stories of others, I encourage you to check out my other podcast. It's called What Makes You Famous. Find it everywhere using the hashtag What Makes You Famous. Also, while you're out there on the interweb, check out, go ahead and subscribe and like, and add me on Spotify. I need more Spotify listeners. Now, on with the show. Today on the program, interesting facts to fill your head with knowledge. Information from your central nervous system travels at up to 268 miles per hour. From the automatic task of regulating breathing and blood pressure to the voluntary efforts needed for muscle movement, the central nervous system puts in a lot of work to maintain the complex mechanisms of the human body. Pace is crucial to keep this system running smoothly, and which is why some signals from our body's command centers can reach a speed of 268 miles per hour. In a nutshell, nerves, cells in the brain and spinal cord send information through branching nerve fibers known as axons, AXONS, which release chemicals across microscopic gaps to be picked up by other cells and synthesized by the appropriate areas of the body. The speed of this process varies according to the size and properties of nerve fiber. Bulky A-alpha axons, which can be 20 micrometers in diameter, have a bandwidth to generate the fastest impulses. Additionally, gaps along axons are covered by a sheath of fats and proteins known as myelin, M-Y-E-L-I-N. Contain positive sodium ions and keep signals charged for rapid transmission. So which boldly act necessitates the thickest channels to conduct information at speeds approaching those of the world's fastest cars? That would be the delicate balance required for proprioception, P-R-O-P-R-I-O-C-E-P-T-I-O-N. Our ability to sense the movement and positioning of body parts without looking. Wow. Yeah, that's right. You could see stuff to the side of you without even looking. It's like your sense of awareness. At the other end of the spectrum are the unmyelinated fibers that relay pain signals at a near crawl of 1 mile per hour. Evidence that our central nervous system at least attempts to cushion the blow when serving as the bearer of bad news. It's true. You know, I've been hammering a nail, and maybe you hit your thumb, and you look at it and go, is that going to hurt? And then like a second later, oh yeah, that hurts. That's your little nervous system, your pain receptors going real slow at a turtle's pace, 1 mile per hour. That's a pretty fast turtle, though, I guess. A little more tidbit information for you. Weight in pounds of the human adult brain, 3 pounds. Hey, the little kid on Jerry Maguire. Wait, no, he said the whole human head weighs 8 pounds. Okay, all right. Sorry, Jonathan Lipnicki. I was almost going to correct you, but you were talking about the whole head weighing 8 pounds, but the brain weighs 3 pounds. Didn't expect Jonathan Lipnicki to show up on this episode. Number of cells in the average male brain, 171 billion. B with a B. Percentage of the brain made up of fat, 60%. Books in John D. Fitzgerald's The Great Brain series, 8. More tidbits of information to make you the smartest person at the cocktail party. Multiple sclerosis destroys the fiber coating that aids brain signal transmission. Myelin does more than facilitate the high-speed transport of brain signals, as it also provides a layer of insulation for the fibers that execute this crucial process. When myelin is damaged, the central nervous system stimulates the production of cells called, why can't Danny read? Oligodendrocytes. Okay. Oligodendrocytes. Oh my goodness. Let me spell that again. Oligodendrocytes. Oligodendrocytes to repair the harm. I did it. However, neurological diseases such as multiple sclerosis attack both the myelin and the oligodendrocyte producing cells, resulting in disrupted signals and telltale MS signs such as impaired vision and speech. To this point, the discovery of a clear method to undo nerve cell damage has largely eluded medical researchers, although some recent trials have pointed to a potential breakthrough. Among them, treatments involving the over-the-counter antihistamine clemastine have produced evidence of myelin regeneration, providing hope that a cure can be found in the lifetime of at least some of the 2.8 million people now living with MS. Annette Funicello, I think she was the most famous person that I remember had MS. And then Richard Pryor had MS, I believe. This is all off of my head. But those are the two people in my lifetime that I remember, the two famous people that were living with MS. Information from your central nervous system travels at up to 268 miles per hour. It's pretty fast. You got any more tidbits of information for me? Drop me some comments. Like, share, subscribe, and comment. Yeah, comment. Also, if you'd like to tell your story or hear the stories of others, I encourage you to check out my other podcast. It's called What Makes You Famous. That's it for this edition of What Makes You Smarter. It's KeysDAN, RadioWhat.com, DJLittleRock.com. Peace. I'm out of here.